I said I love her. I want to be her.
Who would think there'd be a connection between the Malcolm X movie and Seinfeld?
Let's talk. All right, so we're lucky enough to be living in the same time as the two-time Oscar winner, Ruth E. Carter.
Facts.
Yes. Not only was she the first Black person to win in the category, but she was the first Black woman to win in the category, which is such a big deal.
It is.
And she impacted so many lives. And she went up there with her natural hair and her glasses. And I was like, that's me. That could be me.
Isn't that great? Look at
It was-
representation.
It matters. It really, really matters. And all the work that she's done in your generation and in mine, timeless. Absolutely timeless.
100%. So I'm really excited that we're going to sit here and just talk about some of her movies today. Because, like, who?
Come on.
Seriously.
Like, who doesn't love some Ruth Carter?
Right? Ruth E.
Ruth E.
So I guess we'll do our normal, like, spoilers. You know, we shouldn't really be talking about any spoilers today, but even if we do, just go out and watch these movies. It is what, come on.
That part.
You should be watching them anyway.
That part. So I think the most spoiler, risky one is Sinners. So I think I'm going to start with that one.
Okay.
If you haven't watched Sinners, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Like, it's the movie of the year, in my opinion. In my opinion. Okay. It was more vampires.
There's a theme.
There's a theme
here, I think.
There's a theme. And we're going to ignore it and move past it, right? Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so I want to break down Smoke and Stack.
Oh. Can I first say, before you get started, Michael B. Jordan, shout out to him, because it felt like two separate characters. It did not seem like one person. It didn't seem like Michael B. Jordan playing two different guys.
No.
It was two different guys.
Completely. And they felt different. Their mannerisms were different.
Yes.
It was wild. And you didn't see him. You saw Smoke and Stack.
Exactly.
Two completely different people.
Yeah.
And so that requires talent. And so let's give it to him. All y'all critics who said Creed was his only thing and that's all he could do.
Who said that?
I've seen that a couple times.
All right.
Don't be haters, y'all. Just love.
Okay.
All right?
All
Okay. So I'm going to start off with Stack first because I believe he was the most interesting. He had like different layers to him, which was really cool. And he was just the more flashy and flamboyant character out of the two brothers. He had a like an Italian mafia inspired pinstripe suit when he first started, and that scene where they're against the car and we first meet them for the first time.
Yeah.
Those are really like the setting the tone for who they were. So pause the scene, look at their outfits, and it tells you everything you need to know.
Exactly.
So for Stack, he had like a gold tie bar, gold grills, like gold everything. He's flashy. He was the one that he wanted to be paid attention to, which was okay because his brother was a little bit more subdued, but we'll get to him. So obviously he wanted to spend all of the money, every single.
He was classic little brother, even if it's only by minutes.
As the youngest sibling, I can say, we love flashy things. But he was just fantastic because he had that fedora on, which was red, which love.
It was a deep red too.
Deep blood red. And I was like, I'm digging this. Didn't know their names, didn't know anything. And I was like, the one on the left.
Right. That was the one you was feeling.
I was like, hey.
You were like, hey, Stack.
Which is funny because they're the same person, but people found Stack more attractive than Smoke.
Same guy.
Same person.
Hey, because it's the vibe. It's what you're coming from inside.
And we like the flashy guy.
Yes. Unfortunately. Sorry.
Yeah. Guilty of liking the flashy guy. Well.
Moving on.
But he was fantastic. They had just come from Chicago at that time. And so during the 1920s, 1930s, the Italian mafia was like very prominent in Chicago. So of course he used some of their influences and included it in his wear.
Right.
And also at the time, money was little scarce, a little sparse and stuff. So him flashing his gold, like jewelry and gold accessories was making a statement
Mm,
in itself.
I see that. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was like, I don't care. I got the money. I clearly got the money to spend on this juke joint.
Right, right. Oh,
It all
so he's
ties
like,
in
I don't
together.
care what's going on with you. This is me.
Of
And he was not
course.
going to be influenced by anybody else around
Not at
him.
all.
So that's very interesting to add that when they were in Chicago, they were working for the Italian mafia and they
Exactly.
stole all
They
that
stole
money,
the money
came running down south
and
and said,
said,
let's spend it.
let's spend it. And there's two different kinds of people when you do something like that, when you steal money like that. There's
hmm
someone that tries not to change their physical appearance, doesn't buy the flashy cars, doesn't do any of that
hmm
because you want to stay under the radar. And then there's someone who buys the Ferrari
Exactly.
and
And
just says,
rolls around
yeah,
it
yeah,
like
yeah. Like,
it's like you ain't got no job. What are you doing in a
and
Ferrari?
how did you get the money?
Doesn't matter.
He was not worried about that.
Mm-mm.
So, Stack, icon.
Yes. Yes.
He's messy, but we love him.
I mean, if you watched episode 1, you know we love the messy one. We got it. We just do.
Lestat, Stack.
Mm,
Ah, well.
mm. Red flags or orange, as
But he was
she
quite
calls
literally
them.
a red flag. His
Yeah,
color was red.
exactly. Yeah, seriously. So we're not even going to tiptoe around that.
Yeah, no, he is the red flag. Let's go on to the blue flag.
The blue, the blue flag, right?
So Smoke was less self-conscious. He was more subdued. He was the worker man in that
Mm.
sense. If you see the type of texture that his clothes were, it was like a heavier wool. It was the type of wool that men who got up early and went to work, they would wear that
Mm.
texture. And it was
Okay,
more just rugged and more like, I'm not trying to be flashy, but I'm trying to do the work.
right.
He was that vibe.
And that's exactly the character that he was.
Yeah, he did everything he was supposed to. He carried all of the heat, by the way, too. He had the
Mm.
knives and the guns in there too. So Stack, who had a more tailored suit,
hmm
Smokes was a little bit more flowy, a little
So
less,
he could carry the
so
heat.
he can carry all the heat. Which is hilarious because really,
hmm
the only reason I have to carry heat is because you're attracting attention because you're wearing red and gold and
Exactly. But that's
horrible.
classic little brother, big brother situation there. It's like, I have to do extra to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah,
And he didn't even complain about it. He just did it
he just did
because he
it.
knows, especially with the twin thing going on, it is, you know, this is who I've been dealing with since I was born, quite
Exactly.
literally.
I know him.
hmm
So it was okay. And they worked well together.
So I love this scene from a storytelling standpoint. First of
Mhm.
all, the camera work was really cool. How Michael B was passing a cigarette to Michael B,
Yeah.
and they would
Yeah.
smoke a little bit and pass it along. Because I remember when things like that first started appearing in movies in the
Mhm.
80s, and it was so bad. I mean, but I give credit because they were trying new things. I mean, over the
Yeah.
course of the show, I'm just going to give so much love to the movies from my generation because they started something.
Mhm.
But just to see how smooth that transition was so
Yeah.
cool. And Ryan Coogler, the director, he held on that scene for a while to show just, first of all, here's these two guys. They don't have to say a word. We already know who they are based on what
Mhm.
they're wearing, their vibe, how they're standing there, how they're interacting with each other. And then
Mhm.
this cool thing going on with the cigarette.
Yeah.
hmm
It was just a mastery of all of the arts that were included with one shot.
Yeah. And that's the best.
The
As a
best thing.
screenwriter, to be able to show something without saying it,
Mhm.
chef's kiss.
Bravo. So bravo, Ruth.
hmm
And I also, before we move on, wanted to include another like thing that I learned when I was researching this, that the collar on them was different. So
Oh.
at the time, people were trying their hardest to save money in any way possible. So they had this removable collar
Hmm.
that they would wash so they wouldn't have to wash the entire shirt. And if you would look at Smoke, he's wearing that collar as opposed to Stack, who's wearing just a normal shirt. So he has to wash the entire shirt
And
over
he's
and
not
over,
worried about it.
spending the money. Meanwhile, Smoke is just going to wash the collar, saving money.
Wow.
Yeah.
To the
The
detail.
detail is insane.
hmm
And Ruth, you can tell she does her research.
I mean, if you've seen any interview with her, she talks about it always starts in the research. She takes the script and then
Absolutely.
she just goes straight into the research to,
I respect it
yeah.
because you never really find a mistake.
No. Because if you're a historian, if you're one of those people that's, a purist, It's like, I don't care if it's a movie, that kind of thing. You can't fault her. She's gonna out research you.
Yeah, to the T. Yeah, I respect it.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we can go back to a movie from my generation.
Please.
I wanted to start with Do the Right Thing.
Let's do it.
1989, Spike Lee. What I love so much about the movie, first, just from storytelling, it takes place in one day, which I
cool.
really love one day or a short time span in storytelling because, first of all, everybody's wearing the same thing.
Yes.
And you have to figure out a way for everybody to leave where they're at, change how they're feeling. Because in any given day, I could spend the whole day on the couch and just chilling.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's not very interesting to look at. But you have to write a story where this whole thing, life-changing events are happening in one day. And that's what happens on, Do the Right Thing.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was really cool. But you could see the pictures I'm looking at. And so Spike wanted the movie to be bright. So it was a really hot day. Everybody's sweating. But so he wanted to light it and have everything just be bright. But Ruth took that and incorporated into the clothes. And so everybody is wearing bright clothing. All of the Black characters are wearing bright clothes. But there's Italians in there who are like the antagonists of this movie, and they're wearing bland colors.
Ooh.
They're wearing whites and tans,
Yes.
uniforms because they're working in a place. So they have a different color story. And then what I found out in my research is that they had product placement by Nike in this movie. And they needed it because they had such a small, tiny budget.
No way.
Yes. And so, but Ruth had to figure out a way for us to believe that in 1980s Brooklyn, all these people were wearing Nike.
Exactly. Like, how did they get their hands on that?
Exactly. So what she did was incorporated a bunch of African prints and cloths. And so it kind of sparked a new way of dress that took over. And so she would bring in, it's like, okay, you have Nikes on, but your shorts are African print. And then you have this Nike shirt or you have a Nike hat or something. And so she really was thoughtful in telling the story instead of just being like, all right, everybody's in Nike, even though it's 89 in Brooklyn. They wouldn't.
Like, let's think about this
exactly.
real quick. Yeah.
And so she's just so thoughtful. And that's what I really appreciate.
Me too.
About
honestly,
her storytelling.
Yeah.
Because she's a storyteller.
Yeah.
Everybody on a film is a storyteller and they're just doing it. They take the script and they're interpreting it in their way. And that's why
I love that. And I appreciate that too. Like the script, you read the script for a reason. And that's why the script is so important. And that's also why my mom's job is so important. A little sprinkle of Sade. But it's so important to read the script and to understand who the characters are. And that's part of the job.
Yes.
Understanding who the characters are and where they are and why they would make the decisions they would make with their clothes. So it's really amazing to see when a costume designer gets it right and she understands her characters and she talks to the actors and says, what do you think your character would wear? Or do you think you would wear this in this situation? And you can tell she does that because it just makes sense. All of it makes sense. Like, it doesn't feel like you're watching a movie. It feels like you're peeping in on people's lives.
Good point.
And she really helps that. Like,
yeah. If you're doing it right, you should feel like a fly on the wall in a movie.
Yeah.
In a world. And when everybody is on point doing their job, that's what happens.
Seamless.
So before we move on from this, my fun fact.
Oh, please.
Okay, so Radio Raheem, if you've watched the movie, he has on a Bed-Stuy t-shirt. And Ruth was walking around the neighborhood and found an artist and found, a painting that she wanted to put on the shirt. But on the day of shooting, the very first day, nobody realized, except for Ruth, when they were finished, that Bed-Stuy was spelled incorrectly on Radio Raheem's shirt. And so they had filmed that day, but then they realized, like, okay, it was just a short scene. He was kind of walking away. It's easy enough to cut around. They put a rush on getting the shirt reprinted. So for the rest, because it's one day. So the rest of this
nightmare.
They had to call the artist real quick to get a new one made. It was nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
But she figured it out. They fixed it, and you don't even notice it in the movie because they cut around it.
I know everyone was stressing.
Yes,
No
100%.
continuity.
But at least they realized it, because how many movies have we watched when you're
And
like,
we're
oh
like,
my
hang
God,
on.
wait, her collar was different or earlier,
Yeah, I hate that.
things happen on movie sets, but they caught it.
Oh, thank God.
Mhm.
I know they were stressing. That stresses me out thinking about it.
Exactly.
So no, thank you.
Mm-mm.
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 Okay. So I'm gonna move on to another movie that you've never watched, but I've watched 1,000 times. Just because I grew up on this movie, it was always on Disney Channel, and it was a musical.
Oh, I
Back
mean, I do love a musical.
Yeah, back when I wanted to be an actor. Fun fact, yes, I wanted to be an actor. Let's forget about that. Um
Never. I'm sure I have you doing your audition tape to your school somewhere.
No. No, we're gonna burn that. We're gonna burn that. Oh, no, I can imagine. And
Oh,
it's
it
probably
was
so cringy too.
it was great.
Wait,
It
what
was
did I do?
adorable.
It was Our Town.
Yes,
It was Our Town. And if you're a theater kid, you know they always do Our Town. Why
always.
do they always do Our Town?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
I had that monologue on my wall, and I would just read it over and over and over and over again. I went in there and I killed that.
You did,
I
because
killed
she
it.
made it into her school.
I did.
Yeah, and then realized that she wanted to do something else. But you killed it.
I killed it.
That's what matters.
Yeah, and
All
we
right.
made it in. But
All right.
yes, the movie I'm gonna talk about is Teen Beach Movie. And yes, Ruth E. Carter did the costumes for Teen Beach Movie. It's so out of the way from everything else she's done, like
Mhm.
Black Panther, Sinners, Do the Right Thing, B.A.P.S. Like, where does Teen Beach Movie come into all this?
Mhm.
Which really just brings up the point. She takes jobs and she
Mhm.
does what she loves, and it really doesn't matter. And I
Exactly,
think
and
that's
she's
what's
versatile.
important. Yeah,
Because
she's
there's
showing her
no
range.
lane. She's not putting herself into a lane.
Mhm.
She does like to work with people that she loves and she knows. And so you're going to hear Spike Lee and Ryan Coogler on these lists several times, but that doesn't mean that she's stuck in any type of lane.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And I respect her so much for that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about Teen Beach Movie.
Okay. So, Teen Beach Movie, y'all. I know y'all love Teen Beach Movie because I really love it too.
Hmm.
I noticed the costumes before I even knew I wanted to be a costume designer myself. It
Mm.
was so stark, the differences, because it was a mix of West Side Story and then Beach Blanket Bingo. So,
Wow.
like both 60s movies, and
Wow.
about bringing two different sides, one man from one side, one woman from the side, and they come together and they're not supposed to be together, mixed with singing on the beach and surfing and bars and
Oh my goodness.
it's so
It's a little
specific,
bit of
but it's
West Side
amazing.
Story, a little bit of Grease,
Yeah, it's
a little
heavy on the grease.
all the things.
But it was fantastic and we loved it at the time. Even if we didn't understand like what they were going for or what the
Hmm.
references were, we were like, we love this. Because it
Right.
was really morphed into Gen Z.
Right. Right.
These 60s movies were morphed into our lens and we loved it. So much
Mm.
they made another movie. I don't remember if they made a third one, but
Well, they
like,
just keep going. Keep it
uh-huh.
going. So you said that it made you look at the costumes before you even know you wanted to be in fashion. What
Yeah.
was it about the
Mostly, I was still trying to figure out who I was at the time, so I was, like, in between different aesthetics and things, but the
Mhm.
biker side with the black, white, and red really spoke to me because it
Mhm.
was just black and white with a pop of color, and I was like, "I like this."
You're like, "This is me."
I like this a lot. And it was leather, and it was just houndstooth, and I
Mm.
kinda loved it. I thought it was very specific, and I
Yeah.
really like when things are specific. You were able to tell from the jump what something is or what the aesthetic is,
Mhm.
and I was like, "I get it. You don't have to tell me that these are surfers and these are bikers. I get it,"
Right.
you know?
Mhm.
And it was slightly exaggerated, slightly,
That's okay, because we love camp.
slightly.
Camp is a thing.
I liked it.
I love camp.
Yeah, but it was exaggerated so much so that it was what an editorial of the 60s would have been
Mm.
magnified by 10.
Right. Right.
But we liked the hairstyles and the costumes and the way everything fit, and we're just like, I like this vibe. It's very specific. You see a screenshot and you're like, that's Teen Beach Movie.
I love that.
You know?
Because that was her vision.
Her vision. She executed flawlessly. Flawlessly. Despite all of the restrictions she had to deal with, which this is a Disney thing.
Right.
It was meant for kids.
Right.
So she had to deal with those restrictions as well. She had to continuously go back to like the producers and the people to say, is this okay? Is this crop top too short? Are these pants too? So she had to work around that. It had to be like spandex and polyester all the way around because they were dancing. So,
Not a fan of spandex and polyester over here.
Anything that grips you like that, it's like, get off of me. You know?
I do know, yes.
I'm wearing the baggiest shirt right now. Like, what are we talking about?
It's about comfort for me.
Definitely comfort. But yeah, I just really liked that she was able to work around those restrictions and kind of just make it happen. But then she also had this kept being told by Disney that they needed it to be like brandable and marketable. So the costumes that they're wearing had to be produced for toys, for home decor, for all sorts of things. So she had to keep that in mind as well. So the costumes she put people in the specific characters, it had to be brandable.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
so
I think
she had to think that's an extra layer on her job.
exactly. It's not just clothes. It's would a kid want to wear this for Halloween? You know?
Yeah.
She had to keep that in mind always. And I think one of the most iconic moments was Chi Chi's outfit. Chi Chi was fabulous. We love Chi Chi. She had what was it, like a Boston or a Jersey accent? It was heavy.
Okay.
So she was great. And she had this like updo, like this.
Like a beehive?
Yeah, kind of like a beehive and
or a bouffant.
And a little flower that was on the side. Super cute. And then she had this leather jacket. It was cropped. And then this houndstooth like romper with bright red tights and like combat boots.
Oh, yeah. I know you were all over that.
I said, I love her. I want to be her. I loved everything about it.
I love that.
I loved it.
So she did her job.
She did her job. It was perfectly brandable. Everything from the bikers, honestly, was brandable. There was one character that never changed his outfit the whole time. He literally had the same outfit on the whole time, but you can see he has a toy with his outfit.
Perfect.
That was the goal, and she accomplished it. And then she did it so it made sense. It was comfortable for the actors. It was perfect. It really was great.
With you talking about the restrictions and how she had to go back and forth with Disney, my next thing I want to talk about is Seinfeld. And also how, Seinfeld?
I know.
But yes, Ruth E. Carter, she was the costume designer for the pilot of Seinfeld. And what she had said in an interview was that in between jobs, she would take pilots as her like survival jobs. And so she said she was living in an apartment, her mattress was on the floor. We've all been there. And she got the call about Seinfeld and she was like, great. And so she went into the writer's room to talk to the writers and the producers about who these characters are. And so this is a show created by Larry David and Seinfeld, and they were already names at that time. Plus you have other EPs and co-EPs in the room, lots of producers, lots of names. And she was in there and her biggest concern was, who does she listen to? Because she had been working in film for so long, specifically indie film, where there's one voice. And if the voice says this is what we're doing, great. But now she's in a room full of people saying we're going to do all these things.
Right.
And she said that was really a learning curve for her for trying to like figure this out. But the most fun part about the Seinfeld job is that George, the guy who played George Costanza, Jason Alexander, he came into the room and said, I think my character would wear glasses. And Ruth was like, I have glasses. And she pulled out the Malcolm X glasses from when he was in prison, the circle wire-rimmed Malcolm X glasses, and put them on his face. And he said, yeah. So the glasses that George Costanza wears for the entire series were Malcolm X hand-me-downs.
Are you serious? She just had those on deck?
She just had them on deck. And he was like, yeah, these are great. They had them remade for him with glass on them because she said at that time he wasn't even wearing glasses. But yeah, that's where they came from.
What are the odds?
I know.
That wasn't even supposed to happen.
Right. And who would think there'd be a connection between the Malcolm X movie and Seinfeld?
Literally, complete opposites. I don't think anyone involved in that was involved in that.
No.
That's wild.
She's the one connection.
Wow. And she just pulled that out and made history.
Yeah. She's amazing.
She's iconic for that. That was fantastic.
I love it. That's why I love her, man.
Ruth, you're amazing. If you see this, I love you. You changed my life for real.
Oh.
She's like, assistant, like, come for me, please. Yes, come for me.
Yes.
Why am I doing this? We don't even do this anymore.
I know.
I'm like this. Call me and call me.
What everybody's going to realize is that you act a little older than Gen Z, and I'm kind of immature. So we meet in the middle.
We meet in the lovely middle.
Right here in the middle. That's where we live.
Yeah. You guys influence me a lot. Like, I'm around Gen X all the time. And I listen to their music and I dress like them. I do. I guess I do. But
you all do. Sorry. When you go shopping. Okay, so I went shopping. And all the clothes were either 90s inspired or early 2000s. And I need to take an aside. Which camera should I look at? I'm going to look at this camera.
Oh my
goodness. Okay, listen. Girls, do not pluck your eyebrows into oblivion. This is your mom speaking. You do not want to do it because they won't grow back. People I'm seeing it. Stop plucking. Put the tweezers down. No.
It's that TikTok filter. People can try it with the thin eyebrows and they're like, I love this.
No. Try it but don't do it. I'm telling you, do not do it. My eyebrows barely survived. I barely got out of the 2000s with eyebrows intact, okay? But there's lots of women who did not. Don't do it.
Learn, people.
From the times before. I'm not going to say elders because what?
Oops.
Ew. Learn from the time before. Okay.
Okay, period.
All right. Rant over. What are we talking about now?
I love that. That was a great aside.
Yes.
I hope y'all heard her.
Listen.
Okay. Okay. So I think for my last one, I want to talk about Black Panther.
Yes.
Obviously, Ryan Coogler. That's my second one. Jeez. Yeah. Ryan Coogler, man.
Killing it.
Killing it.
He is the voice of a new generation.
He really, really
and I love
is.
it.
And I appreciate it. But Black Panther itself changed the game.
Yes.
For me and so many other Black girls and boys. It was just revolutionary.
Yes.
And we learned a lot of things about our people. And we started dressing more like our people. We started being more proud like our people. And it was so influential.
It was.
And I think the costumes definitely had a part in that. The hairstyles had a part in that. The music, Kendrick, your real one, had a part in that. It was monumental.
Yeah, it really, really was. I mean, we had 3 small children at that time. And all of a sudden, after we took y'all to see Black Panther, your brother was styling his locks to the side like Killmonger. And you and your sister were wrapping your braids in Bantu knots.
Bantu knots.
Yep. So there was no doubt that there was so much representation and so much pride in your hair, natural hair.
Yeah.
And you got to see superheroes on this huge screen. And they look like you and their hair is like you. And they were kicking ass and they were being beautiful. And it was just like, what's not good to say about this movie?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was really a special moment and it changed the trajectory of like my life. And I was like, wait, I understand who I am because I saw it on screen.
Oh.
Yeah. Right?
I love it.
It's a moment.
I love it.
It is a moment. So I appreciate everyone who was like a part of that. It was like big.
It was.
Yeah. But I wanted to mention one of my favorite looks from the entire thing.
Yes.
Because
I already know.
She's Queen Diva.
Yes.
Queen Ramonda.
Uh-huh.
I love her. And I love the woman that plays her.
Shout out to Angie Bassett.
Gorgeous person.
Ridiculous.
Like, why do you look like that?
Forever. We're going to have to make her a subject of one of these because she's been in every movie
Oh my goodness.
from when I was a child to now.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I've always seen her on TV. She's
She's
always
a staple.
there.
She is a staple on TV. So,
yeah.
We love you.
Love you, Angie. But I want to talk about her intro look, the ivory coronation look.
Yes.
Dead, deceased. Because why does she serve so hard and she just stood there?
Yeah. First of all, she looks amazing in every outfit you put her in. Like the arms.
Like, I'm trying not to hate, but like, it's cool.
Gagged.
Right?
Gagged.
But I love her. And the hat was 3D printed.
Really?
Yes, it was. And so was the shoulder piece.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was 2018, probably 2017 when they were in production. And they were 3D printing like crazy.
Love that.
I love it too, right? But it was inspired by okay, don't come for me if I pronounce this wrong. The Isi Cholo hat from the Zulu woman.
All right. Sounds good to me.
I love that you're like, it sounds good.
Sounds good. I don't know.
Ridiculous. But it was a hat that started off as a hairstyle for Zulu women. And the hairstyle was self-expression and also to state that they were married.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so no rings, hair, huh?
Hair. We always say it's our crown, right?
Yes.
I know, right? And now I want a hat. Like, I want it desperately.
I have to have. I'm a married woman. Where's my hat?
That part. As we look at producer behind the screen. We both were like, why don't you give her a hat?
Okay. Why am I without a hat?
Right. But yeah, the hat was fabulous. And they took, I think, 6 months to make the hat.
To 3D print it.
Yeah, and to make it perfect in the way they wanted it to. But it was ivory. It was beautiful. And I don't know if you noticed, but after that scene, she was wearing the black version of that hat for the rest of the movie. Which her husband in the movie had recently passed away. So she was in mourning, but then she was still wearing the hat as a sign of respect and saying, I'm still married.
I'm still married. I'm still your queen.
Absolutely.
But
it was just black. I know.
That's beautiful because Ruth has been quoted as saying they never get enough money in the costume department, right?
Never.
But she was able to pull something off that looked expensive. And I'm talking about the whole movie. The whole movie looked expensive. It looked rich. It looked new and fresh.
Yeah.
And to do that on a budget that wasn't enough for what she probably pitched them.
Yeah.
So she's a miracle worker now.
Yeah. Just amazing. Like, how do you even do it? So the Oscar was well-deserved, and it was well-deserved the second time. Okay.
Yes.
I said that with my chest, and I meant it. Thank you.
Boom.
But yeah, that outfit, I was deceased. I loved it so much. It was a moment, and you knew exactly who she was.
Yeah. I love her. All right. I'm going to do one quick thing before we go. I want to talk about B.A.P.S.
Yes.
Black African Princesses. 1997. Written by Troy Beyer, directed by Robert Townsend, the legend. Okay. So if you haven't seen it, I would suggest seeing it because it's hilarious. It's funny. And what you're going to see is a bunch of fashion from today.
Oh.
That they were doing in that movie.
Wait a minute.
And I will say that a lot of things were considered ghetto or whatever at the time, but that fashion is here now.
Oops.
So, hey, that's it. Just clocking that real quick. But anyway, so Miss Ruth Carter read the script, and there is a scene in a very fancy bathroom. Halle Berry is in there, and she has never seen a bidet before. And so she's got her head all down in the in the tub, and she turns it on, and she's sprayed with bidet water, and she's like falling all over the place. And so Ruth was like, well, I want to put her in a plastic outfit so it makes it so the the actor can act a little better and she can slip and slide all over the place. And she also isn't going to be soaking wet. And so then you have this iconic orange jumpsuit that she's wearing. She's wearing on the poster. And when anybody pulls up B.A.P.S, they pull up Halle Berry in this orange plastic jumpsuit that Ruth pulled off because she read the script and said, hey, this will probably help the actor act a little better. And it fits in with what's being said on screen.
That part.
So,
and you saw how easy that was? Just considering other departments.
Exactly. And the actor.
Because
it makes a difference if how well they can act.
Wow.
In what they're wearing, what they're seeing. You know what I mean? There's so many actors who are on, to go back to Black Panther, were saying that they didn't have to act very much because of the sets. The sets were there. It was something that didn't exist, but it was right there in front of them.
Right.
And so all these departments, if they can really pull it off and make everybody else better, then you get a Black Panther. So
you get wonderful works of art every single time.
Exactly.
She's iconic for that. And that's a great outfit, by the way. Like, I love that.
And it fits her like a damn glove.
I know.
Okay, Halle?
Honey? I'm not even mad about the heels either.
Exactly.
I kind of love it. That's fantastic.
Right? So we're going to end this like we normally do with our takeaways.
Come on, y'all.
All right. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
No, you can go ahead and go first.
Okay. My takeaway is never stop looking for ways to grow and learn in your art. Because that's definitely inspired by Ruth. She, on every set that she's on, she is looking at local art. She is pushing herself on what has she done before, how can she elevate it, what can she do better, and that's just super inspiring. And so never sit back on your laurels, as our grandparents used to say.
I've never heard of that.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Let's not.
Rest on your laurels.
Who is Laurel? Why are you resting on her? That's a good question.
Leave Laurel alone.
Yeah, who's Laurel?
Oh my God. Okay, you go.
All I'm saying, but my takeaway was that women with glasses rule the world. Period. Don't let someone tell you that because you wear glasses, because you like to read books and stuff, that you're not as powerful as you think you are.
Hell yeah.
Period. So who do you think won? Come on. Come on.
Oh, okay. Our producer gets to decide. Yes. I agree. That was a good one.
First win.
Let's go. Switch
Come on, Gen Z. Yeah. Let's go, Gen Z.
All right, y'all. We love you. Thank you.
Love you. Thank you. See you next week. We appreciate you watching Our Two Gens. Please subscribe to this channel to get notified when new episodes drop weekly. You can find our podcast on Spotify and Apple. And don't forget to subscribe to Our Two Gens on Patreon and join the conversation on Discord.